Hi friends, welcome to my newest class. This is a 30-minute Hatha yoga class for all levels, and we have some meditation and breath work and energy work in the beginning of the class. I hope you enjoy it. Come to a comfortable seated position, maybe with your hips above your knees if you have a little bit of tightness in your lower back especially. That will help you out with a tall spine. And close your eyes. Relax your arms, maybe the palms open up to the sky so that you're ready to receive today. You can close your eyes or have a soft gaze toward the floor. And for a few moments, let's just observe our breath. And simply by observing it, you'll notice that it will change. Because with awareness, you'll find that you can bring more energy and more purpose to your breath, even just by bringing your awareness to it. So take a few moments. The inhales coming through the nose, the exhales moving out through your nose as well. Whatever noises that you're hearing in your home, or maybe you're outside like I am today, allow those noises to become in rhythm with your breath. Find that the inhale and the exhale begins to create a strong rhythm, and everything is sort of flowing in tandem with it. So nothing seems jolting or out of place. Everything seems to be beating together. And maybe you can even hear your own heartbeat beating with your breath, the inhale and the exhale. On your next inhale, see if you can fill your entire belly full of air. Hold the breath in for a few seconds without exhaling. See what it's like to be full of air. And then exhale, release slowly all of the air out through the nose. And then see what it's like to feel empty. Again, inhale. Hold the air in, filling your heart, filling your diaphragm, filling your throat. Exhale, release the air. Hold the air out, feeling empty and still noticing your heart beating. Inhale, exhale. And then let's bring our hands in front of our heart, a few inches apart. So we're going to be working with some energy here. And this is sort of a beginning exercise that you can do, at home at any point, if you just feel like you need to become a little more centered. So you're going to bring your palms close together and begin to roll your palms in circular motions, keeping your eyes closed, just focusing on the space between your hands. And you might start to feel a little bit of a pulling sensation. You might start to feel as if there's maybe a little bouncy ball of energy in between your palms. And if you do feel that strong sensation, you can stop, maybe press a little bit into that sensation, and then slowly pull your hands a little farther apart. Remembering to inhale and exhale as you do this, working this breath, working this energy in front of our heart center, relaxing the face. And if you don't feel anything, it's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means that you need to practice. And especially if it's your first time, you might not feel anything. So just be open to it, have an open mind, an open heart, and just see if you can have a hint of any sort of sensation, any sort of heat in between your hands. And again, you can begin to draw the palms further apart. You can feel as if you have your hands glued together and you're stretching that glue apart. So it almost feels like they want to get sucked back together, maybe like as if there's a rubber band around your palms. Good. And then exhale. Have your palms become still. Bring them closer together. And slowly allow the two sides of your body, the two hands to touch. Bring your hands to your heart center and bow your head to greet your heart. You bow to the effort that it took to get on your mat today. Inhale, bring the palms up overhead. And slowly releasing the energy out around you, palms separate. And slowly release the hands down to your side. Inhale, one more time, bringing the hands up. Palms touching. Exhale, bring your palms back to your heart center. And slowly, you can blink your eyes open. And exhale, release your hands. And what you're going to do is just stand up as naturally as you can, whatever way you want to stand. Come to the top of your mat in mountain pose, feet underneath your hips, heart open, shoulders reaching toward your spine. Inhale, raising the arms up, allowing your lower ribs to drop toward your diaphragm. Exhale, bring the hands down to your sides, to your heart center. Inhale, raising the palms up overhead, and then this time hinging at the hips through a flat spine. Exhale all the way down, hands to the earth. And of course, you can bend your knees here. You don't have to have straight legs. You're still going to get a wonderful stretch in your lower back, your hamstrings, your calves. On your next inhale, raise your chest, flat spine, reaching the crown of the head toward the front of the room. And then exhale, fold. Take a moment here, take a breath here. Inhale, working through that flat spine, power through your legs and come up all the way to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take one breath here. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, through a flat spine, come all the way down, standing forward bend. You can plant the hands on the earth or use a yoga block. Inhale, reaching the heart forward, come into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Let the spine curve here, let the legs bend. Inhale, come to a flat back and come all the way up through that flat back, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Warming up our spine here. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Hands together, palms together. Taking a breath here with a long spine. And then exhale, slowly with control, folding all the way over, down to the earth, standing forward bend. Moving with your energy, moving with your breath. Inhale, bring your heart up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take one breath here. And then inhale, moving through that flat back, come all the way up to stand, reaching up overhead, palms together, bringing that energy together again. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands at your sides. Inhale, sweep them up overhead again. Exhale, folding all the way over, moving through that flat back and then folding all the way. Hands to the earth, if you can, or hands on a yoga block. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, step back into plank. Shoulders over the wrists. The heels are reaching toward the back of the room. Your core is engaged here, so exhale, navel to spine. Create a long spine, a long line from the crown of the head all the way through the heels. Reaching long, relax the tension in the face, and then exhale, bending at the elbows, come all the way down slowly with control. Chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra, reaching the back of the heart toward the sky, pressing into the tops of the feet. Crown of the head reaching long. Exhale, fold, and come back into downward facing dog. Reaching the inner thighs toward the back of the space, the heels toward the floor, the triceps reaching toward, externally rotating toward your shoulders, toward your armpits. Take a few breaths here. Exhale, navel to spine. Release the tension in your neck. And then inhale, raise the heels. Exhale, bend the knees and step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Relax here. And then engage the core, engage the legs. Come all the way up to stand. Hands overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale, raising the arms up overhead. Reaching long, keeping that length as you dive forward. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Long spine. Exhale, bending at the knees. Step back into plank. Engaging that core, creating that length and strength. Exhale, bending at the elbows, coming down through Chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward, cobra. Making sure not to move the chin up too much. Keep that spine in line. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Release any heat through the mouth. Relax the neck, relax the face. Really use those hamstrings and those thigh muscles, externally rotating your inner thighs toward the back of the space to open up your sit bones and your sacrum. On your next exhale, bend your legs, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, raise your heart up, come all the way up to stand, hands above your head, palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a moment here, take a breath. Created a little bit of heat, we're going to keep moving. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, diving forward, flat back with control, hands planted on the mat. Inhale, raise your heart up, flat back, crown of the head reaching away from your tailbone. Exhale, bending at the knees, step back into plank. Engaging that core, exhale, navel to spine. Your core is so much more than just your abdomen. Engage your obliques, engage your thigh muscles. Your thighs should be pressing up toward the sky. On your next exhale, bending at the elbows, coming down through Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Remember to press through the tops of the feet to raise the heart. On your next exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Sigh it out if you need to. Making sure to really just let the tension in the shoulders and the neck go in downward facing dog. On your next exhale, bend the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat, standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, using your legs and your core, come up all the way to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now take a second here and move to the long facing on your mat. So you're in a wide-legged stance, toes facing the side of the room. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, with control, fold all the way over, wide-legged forward bend. You're still engaging your legs here. Inhale, reach the heart forward, creating some length, and keeping that length, exhale, fold, crown of the head reaching toward the floor. Pressing through the heels and the balls of the feet evenly, finding that balance, finding that center. Now we're going to move into a tripod headstand. If you've never done this before, you're going to try to just do the setup, which is basically widening your legs, bringing your head down to the mat, and bringing your hands back toward your feet so that you make a tripod with your head and the two of your hands. Now, as you can see, I didn't place myself exactly correctly, so I had to come out of it right away. Don't worry, it takes practice. And you just want to make sure that you're really using the support in your arms so that you protect your neck. And what I'm doing right now is just another simple tripod setup, which you can do if you don't want to put your legs up all the way. And what you do is you put your head in front of your hands, and bring your hips up over your shoulders, and place your knees on the back of your triceps, back of your elbow. So making sure to, really press into your palms of your hands. And I think the ground outside here when I was filming was a little bumpy, so maybe that's why I'm not getting my balance as well. But maybe just try that a few times, trying that inversion setup. If it's not for you, you can stay in the wide-legged forward bend. We're going to meet back there in our wide-legged forward bend and just shake your head no, shake your head yes. Maybe bring your hands to your ankles or to your toes, yoga toe lock, and simply just relax over, taking a moment to release the spine. You always want to release the spine after you do an inversion, especially a headstand. Taking a few breaths here, really feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Now we're going to inhale, raising our heart forward, turn to the right side of our mat, and move into a low lunge, right knee above the right ankle. Bring your fingertips off the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up into crescent pose. Drawing that energy up through your legs, supporting your core. Exhale, navel to spine, and bringing the left hip toward the front of the room, the right hip toward the back, so that you're opening your hips toward the front. Reaching the arms up overhead. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down at your side. Step the left foot in a little bit. And then use your core and come up into Warrior 3, pressing the left leg toward the back of the room. The left heel really powers this pose. Exhale, navel to spine, engage that core. Make sure your left hip is pointing down toward the floor. On your next inhale, draw the left knee up into your chest, coming up into an upright spine. Take the left knee into the right hand, and then twist open to the left, maybe reaching that left arm open for an extra little challenge with this balancing twist. Take one breath. Exhale, come back to center, release. And with grace and purpose, see if you can step that left foot back into crescent pose, reaching up with the arms. Release any tension in the face. See if you can sink a little deeper into that right leg. And then inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, fold over for a nice hamstring stretch. And you can, of course, keep a micro bend or maybe a bigger bend in that right leg if you have really tight hamstrings. Inhale, bend the right leg all the way into a low lunge, reaching the heart forward. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Stretching over. And then inhale, slowly walk your hands back toward the long side of your sticky mat. Come into a wide-legged forward bend. Shake your head no. Maybe shake your head yes. Relaxing the spine over. Taking a moment to decompress. Now we're going to go back into our headstand prep. This is optional, of course. You can do the tripod preparation with the knees on the triceps, or if you feel comfortable, you can bring your legs all the way up into a headstand, reaching the inner thighs toward one another, and then when you're ready, slowly coming back down with control and grace. See if you can come back down into your wide-legged forward bend. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold, and maybe shake out that head no. Shake it yes. Release that tension. Release any heat with a sigh out of the mouth. Now inhale, reach your heart forward, and then move to the left side of your mat into a low lunge. So the left leg is bent. Inhale, sweep the arms up, come into crescent pose. The right leg is reaching back. That right quadricep, that right thigh muscle is really working here to straighten that right leg, and also to externally rotate it so that the inner right thigh reaches toward the back of the room and that right hip reaches toward the front of the room. Now exhale slowly and with purpose as much as you can without touching your right foot on the ground. Come up into warrior three, reaching that right leg back, the right toes reaching toward or facing the earth. The right hip is facing the earth. Exhale, navel to spine. Take one more breath here, and then slowly inhale, bringing your chest up. See if you can glide that right knee in toward your chest, hug it in. And then exhale, take the left hand to the right knee and open up the heart to the right side of the room for a balancing twist. And really pressing that left heel down into the earth. It'll help your spine reach longer, the crown of your head reach longer toward the sky. Exhale, release that right knee, and with grace and control, bring that right leg back into crescent pose. Take an inhale here with the arms up overhead. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into that left leg. On your next exhale, slowly straighten the left leg and bend over for a hamstring stretch. And of course, you can have that bend in that left leg if your hamstring is really tight or if your hip is really tight. On your next inhale, bend the left leg, come into a low lunge, reaching the heart forward. And then exhale, straighten the left leg, forward bend. And slowly, when you're ready, walk your hands back toward the long facing on your sticky mat. Wide-legged forward bend, shake out the head, no. Shake it out, yes. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Just let gravity take hold here. Release any tension that you feel in your spine. And then slowly, on your next inhale, come all the way up to stand, reaching the heart forward. Walk your feet underneath your hips. Take a moment here to find your center. We're going to do a balancing posture, tree pose. So bring all the weight into your right leg, and you can either bring the left foot to your ankle, to your calf, or to the inside thigh of your right leg. Pressing through that right heel into the earth, allow your spine to lengthen toward the sky. Reaching the heart open, raise your hands above your head. Maybe take a yoga mudra here. And really pressing that left foot into the right thigh back into the left foot, finding your center, that equilibrium. And finding a soft gaze. Great. On your next exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Take a moment here. Release the left foot, bring the knee toward the front of the room, and then see, without touching it to the floor, if you can bring that left ankle on top of the right knee and bending the hips back, sit back into a hamstring or into a hip stretch here. So you have sort of a tree pose position, except the ankle is crossed over and you're sitting your hips back, stretching open the left hip, keeping that left foot flexed to protect the ligaments in the left knee. You can put your hands on the floor if you have the flexibility, or maybe use a yoga block. And just release the spine. On your next inhale, with control, slowly come all the way up to stand. Hands on your hips, bring the knee back in front of your chest, and exhale, release. Standing in Tadasana, feel the weight on both of your feet. And then take a moment and bring that weight into the left foot, drawing the right foot up to your inner thigh or your calf or ankle, just not on your knee. Tree pose. Feeling that your hips are aligned, that you're grounding through that left foot. Then bring your hands to heart center, and you can reach your hands up overhead if you feel that you are well balanced here. Maybe take a yoga mudra. To add a little more challenge, maybe look up. And at the same time that you're pressing down into the earth, you're also extending and expanding into the sky. So there's always more than one movement happening in every yoga pose. Finding that balance between the two is important. Now exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. You can release the right foot from wherever you have it on your left leg and bring the right knee toward the front of the room. Then slowly bring your right ankle to the top of the left knee, sit your hips back, and bring your hands either to the floor or to a yoga block for a hip stretch on the right side. Keeping that right foot flexed to protect the right knee, just let your spine relax. This is a pretty intense hip opener. If it's not that great for you, if it feels painful, please back off of the pose and just thread the needle on your back on the floor, which is basically the same position that you're in right now, just on your back. When you're ready, engage your core, slowly come up to standing, unhook your right ankle, bring the knee to the front, exhale, release the leg down to the floor, and inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, exhale, fold all the way over, standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the heart forward, and exhale, fold. Take a moment here to just release. And inhale, come to a flat back, maybe hands on the shins. Exhale, fold over. You can bring the back of the wrists onto the mat, maybe just to release the wrists for a second. And when you're ready, slowly make your way onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And you can rock side to side if that feels good on your spine. You can maybe exhale and bring your chin toward your knees. And then just release onto your mat. Allow your palms to open. Allow your hips to open. Your shoulders to relax toward the earth. And simply close your eyes. Come into Shavasana. Inhale and exhale. And with every inhale, find a little more peace. And every exhale, find a little more stillness. You can remain in Shavasana for as long as you wish. I will leave you here today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.